Here is how we have almost lived mortgage and rent free for the last 4 years. And no, we aren't homeless. We live in a beautiful 6-bedroom house. I'm going to explain this step by step and the pros and cons of everything I've tried. By the end of this video, you will know everything you need to know to eliminate your housing costs. House hacking method number 1 is having an Airbnb in your house. You section off some part of your house so that you can have an Airbnb there and manage and clean it yourself. You could alternately do this with a tiny house or an Airstream or even a yurt. So you're just having some sort of unit on your property that you rent out as a short-term rental. I've actually done this twice. At our first place, it was an Airbnb suite and it was fully disconnected from our house. Almost every single month, it covered the entire mortgage, if not more. When we moved to our new house, we set up a new Airbnb, and this time it has 2 bedrooms and a private backyard. Con, you have to be able to afford your own house and afford all the necessary renovations. So you're looking at the cost of the down payment, the inspections, moving, all that stuff, plus all the renovations for the Airbnb and furniture. Our first Airbnb setup cost us approximately $6,000, and that's with me shopping all the sales, of course, buying everything secondhand, and doing all the work ourselves with some help from Grandpa. Our second Airbnb renovation was even more, around $10,000, and that was with us owning all the furniture already. Pros to an Airbnb: on-site management and cleaning. No need to hire someone to message your guests or call someone when they trip the breaker. You already live there. Cleaning is also super doable even as a work from home mom. My kids can be playing out in the backyard while I'm cleaning the Airbnb and covering most of our housing costs. I don't have to drive anywhere for my little side hustle, and I don't have to wake any napping children. The second way you can house hack is by buying a duplex, a triplex, or even a fourplex, renting out the other units and living in one unit to pay the mortgage. A con of this is the amount of capital needed. Even though it's not unusual to find a duplex that is similar in price to that of a single family dwelling, you just have to find the right fit. There's definitely not as much competition for this type of housing, so easier to buy. A pro is that you can repeat this process and collect a portfolio of buy and hold rentals. If you want to build a real estate portfolio in the least expensive way possible, this is a great method. This type of unit is traditionally easy to rent and affordable for tenants. If I could go back, I would definitely start by buying a duplex. The difficulty for me now is that it's not so easy to live in a 2-bedroom duplex with no yard, with 2 kids and 1 on the way. And the third way of house hacking is room sharing. A pro of this is that you can do it whether you are renting or you own. This is the only house hacking method you can take advantage of while you're still renting. Post among your Facebook friends or even use a website like Room Share. Make sure all your roommates are on your lease and approved by your landlord. It's not unusual for the max occupancy of a room to be 2 or 3. So if you could share a room with another person, you could reduce your personal rent by half. If you own, you can rent out all the extra rooms in your house to cover the entire cost of your mortgage. Make sure you have real leases with every single one of your tenants. This protects you and them and sets firm boundaries right from the start. A con of room sharing is that it's low on privacy. You might end up giving up an office to accommodate another roommate, and the kitchen's not all yours. Everybody's cooking their stinky food in there. A second con is that safety can be a concern, especially if you have children. Having tons of roommates is not such a big deal when you're in college, you're young, you're single, and you're unattached. Life gets a little bit more complicated when you bring little people into it. Saving money can no longer be your top priority. This just means you have to vet people more carefully. Do all the background checks, meet with people in person, and call all those references. There are a lot of great people out there, but you don't want to get stuck with a bad apple. House hacking is all about figuring out, what can I do? What can I afford? What could I actually pull off? Taking that first step is more important than doing it perfectly. Our house hacking journey has been full of missteps and learning curves. Nothing like learning how to drywall on YouTube after you've already torn the wall apart. If you found this video useful, please like and subscribe for more content like this.